How you doing there? Today, we're going to talk about something. Today, we are going to talk about political correctness. Now, first, we want to know, what is political correctness? Political correctness is basically a limit on what you can say towards a race that will offend them. Now, in my opinion, I believe that political correctness should not be limited. We should, matter of fact, we have freedom of speech. We should be allowed to say whatever we want. But at the same time, I'm towards the no. Remember that. I don't think political correctness should be limited. But at the same time, why should it be limited when it was never limited? Think about it like this. We have shows nowadays that discriminate the blacks, the Latinos, the Asians, the Caucasians themselves. They say that basically people that live in Virginia are all hillbillies. That is not true. There's African Americans that live there. There's not just Caucasian people living down south. They say that all Mexicans look alike. I know Mexican friends of mine that look Puerto Rican. They say that all Hispanics are Mexicans. I am not Mexican. I am Puerto Rican myself. Now, I feel as if people are being too sensitive with political correctness because that's just something that I'm already used to now. I'm already used to people calling each other names. People call each other names all the time. Sometimes I'm walking down the block and I see the N-word like many, many times. Now, but we're talking about the college board here. Should political correctness be limited in college? I'm going to say no. Seriously, I'm going to say no. There's people of different ethnicities that just don't get along. The United States itself is one mixed salad bowl, okay? You have the Hispanics, you have the Asians, you have Caucasians, blacks, natives. How many times have each of these races give their own opinion on each other and they have had issues with it? They were being too sensitive towards what one race. If a Hispanic says something to a black male, the black male is basically going to be offended. If the black male says anything to a Hispanic, they're basically going to be offended. It's already something everybody is used to now. Everybody is used to making comments on each other to the point where I'm not even bothered no more. I'm not bothered. You know, somebody could say, oh, you Hispanics know how to do this better than anyone. You know what? Say what you want. But I'm going to say what I got to say about you. There's people with different ideas and different mindsets when it comes to them talking to a different race. Many ideas, many different mindsets. What I'm trying to say is, someone could be giving a speech. Let's say I'm giving a speech and I'm giving my idea on the African American people. Now, many people should believe that I should limit to what I say in front of this crowd of people. You're right, I should. But then again, I am not. Why? Because I should be allowed to say what I want, whether it's politically correct or not. If they decide to be sensitive about it, then I might as well not going to give my speech, because before I start my speech, I will tell them I'm going to say some words that might offend you guys, but you know what point I'm trying to make over here. If I say the N-word, of course, every African American, or maybe some of them would just be like, he has some point, this and this and that. You know, it's all about political correctness. Now, within our colleges, should it be limited? I would say no, of course, because our colleges are already mixed. There is no such thing as an all-black college. There is no such thing as an all-Latino college. There is no such thing as an all-Caucasian college. There is no such thing as an all-Asian college. What do they say about Asians within the education board? They say that all Asians are smart. Let me tell you something. Everybody is smart, okay? Everybody is born with some kind of intelligence. There is nobody that is supuestamente dumb, supposedly dumb. There is nobody that's dumb. Your mind processes differently from someone else's. That is the fact. Two minds might process in a similar way, but they will not process the same. You might process more information than someone else. That person might need more time. Doesn't matter how high education level is. Some people say that, all Asians get straight A's on their report cards. Let me tell you something. Not every single Asian within the United States gets all A's. There's Asians that get B's, C's, D's, and F's just like any other race would. Now, another thing that people have an issue with I believe, is that they put the Hispanics out there. Let me tell you something. Hispanics are going to be put out there because basically we're the highest minority within the United States. Okay? This is basically the what you get of this country when you become a high minority within the United States. Everybody is going to want to talk about you. Everybody's going to want to talk about you. Within our colleges, you know, we should be able to say what we want because we should be able to express our ideas to the public without it being an issue. I should be able to express whatever I want to say about a specific race without it being an issue. If I want to say that, hey, the whites are this and this and that, the blacks are this and this and that, the Asians are this and this and that. Now, if I'm racially discriminating them, it's an issue. But if I'm over here basically trying to make a point, I should not be limited. Because sometimes the hard points or discriminating somebody or basically coming at somebody's specific race is actually trying to make them realize that nowadays it's kind of normal. It's kind of normal for someone to say that, oh, Mexicans are blah, 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 they do good with cars, this and this and that. That is not true. The conclusion is political correctness should not be limited because, number one, we have freedom of speech for a reason. And number two, it's never been limited. Shows make fun of different races. Now, within our education field, it should not be limited because basically people nowadays are saying whatever they want regardless. That is basically all I have to say towards the political correctness. Thank you for your time, but take some time to kind of think about what I said. You know, it's true. Nobody limits nothing anymore. Thank you.